Hello everyone, welcome to day 11 of 28 Days of Love. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. I hope you're getting ready for another week of more learning and more growth and transformation. I'm really curious to know where you are all at and how you're feeling about things. Many of you have shared a lot of stuff and I love that. Keep sharing. I'm definitely feeling huge shifts myself, and it's really interesting because I went through this whole process, a lot of this stuff, like I said, about a year ago, and then some events unfolded last year that just really, I guess, created an environment where I decided to make that choice to go into that place of fear and stay there, and it was hard to get out of. And again, that's what brought me back to doing this again. And so going through this again the second time and really feeling like, okay, I'm coming back to where I was and noticing all the differences and really, really noticing how powerful it is. I think I did notice it last year going through it, but after being there and kind of falling down and coming back up again, realizing that, if you just do the work and you surrender to it all and keep at it, the change and the transformation that can happen and so quickly is just unbelievable, right? And it's empowering. And so I hope you're feeling that too. And if you're not, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, right? We all just grow at a different pace. Some of us, we've all had different experiences, and that is a part of where you're at too. And some of us have been going through this journey, maybe, the journey of kind of connecting within. Some of us have been doing this for a bit already. So wherever you are, just know that it's right for you, and that's perfect, and that you're just going to continue to grow. I totally lost where I was going with that. Just about, again, really curious to know how you are moving through all of this. So if you have some time and you feel like sharing, again, keep the emails coming. Is it a bit of a roller coaster? Are you feeling things? Is there resistance? Is there anything I can help you with? Otherwise, I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you'll keep coming back every day and doing the work with me. So heading into a new week, I want to kind of prepare to continue to really be able to grow and stay connected and continue to move forward in the best way possible for myself and for you as well. And so what I want to talk about today is about us stopping making excuses and starting to believe in ourselves and holding ourselves accountable to follow through with the things that we really want to do, or achieve the things that we really want to accomplish. And we're really good at making excuses. I know I am. And I've talked to a few of you that have said that you're masters at making excuses. So don't think you're alone there. We all do it. And making excuses for the most part stems from a place of fear, right? Because we are having to step out of our comfort zone a lot of time, and sometimes it's simple little things like, I'm going to make an excuse because I just don't want to go to that place today, or whatever it is, people, events, to even much bigger things like making excuses as to why, you can't go for that promotion at work, or, have a loving relationship, or whatever it is. We're really good at making excuses because of the fear of, not achieving it or not having it, or fear of what people might think or say. And as we've been looking at all this work, we know that that's really just so not positive or productive for us. And so we want to make sure we can step out of that place of fear and step out of our comfort zone and start to do the things that we really want to do and accomplish what we want to accomplish, because we can. Some of you have probably seen already, just through this little bit of work we've been doing the last 11 days, the things that we can make happen by just shifting into that place of positive energy, of positive thought, of having our thoughts focused in the now and not in the past, and not worrying about things in the future, we can create almost anything. And that's powerful. So just think about the things that you could accomplish if we stop making those excuses and we just actually believe in ourselves and start doing some of these things. And so along with excuses, a big part of where excuses come from, along with fear, is beliefs, specifically limiting beliefs. And we have tons of beliefs. And some of the beliefs are great to have, and some of our beliefs are limiting. And beliefs stem from experiences we've had in the past, from thoughts that we tend to have, especially the same thought over and over and over, learned from our parents or from society. And those limiting beliefs are what really push us to make those excuses, to not, take that chance or take that risk or whatever it is. So one of the things that we have to do first is to first identify our limiting beliefs. So this is going to be part of your homework. I want you to sit down and start to make a list of some of the excuses that you make regularly, those repetitive excuses. And continue to add to this list every day as you find yourself making an excuse, a new excuse. Write it down. And from there, you'll start to be able to figure out, okay, what is the fear behind this? Why am I making excuses for this? If I do this, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? And then along with that, we want to start to find comfort in stepping away from that. So again, it comes down to changing our thoughts and releasing those fears, right? So we can use affirmations to help release those beliefs or to change those beliefs. I'm including in the email a link to an audio. It's a Tony Robbins audio. It's a long one. It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So maybe it's something that you kind of tuck away for a day when you have that time, maybe on a commute, or if you've got a little trip coming up and you have some time to just kind of plug into that and just listen to it. Or if you have some time one evening this week, that's great. But he really does a good job at talking about limiting beliefs and how to overcome them, and it's quite powerful. So that will be in the email, as well as another article, a little shorter article that's a quick read to identify some limiting beliefs and how to overcome those as well. So there is some resources in there that will help you to start to work through these limiting beliefs. There is also a healing modality that I work with that I love, that focuses a lot on beliefs and changing beliefs, and it's called Theta Healing. And I'm not going to get too much into it. If it's something you're interested in, you can contact me and I can tell you a bit more about it. But I will teach you something from this that will help you to really determine whether you do have a specific limiting belief or not. And how we do this is called muscle testing. And there are a lot of different ways that you can muscle test yourself. And so I'm going to have you do this right now. I want you to stand up. If you're sitting down, stand up. And I want you to close your eyes and just have your arms alongside your body. And I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, maybe a couple of those. And I want you to feel like you're centered. And I'm going to have you say a statement. You're just going to say, my name is, and whatever your name is. And then as you say that, I want you to just notice if your body moves forward or if it moves backwards. And it might take up to 10 seconds. So again, standing, eyes closed, take a deep breath. And say, my name is, say your name. And notice, do you go forward or do you go backward? And now I want you to say, think of a different name that's not your name, any other name. And again, eyes closed, say, my name is, and see if you go forward or back. And you you can open your eyes and sit down again. You should have noticed, probably for most of you, that as you said your true name, your body swayed forward. And as you said, my name is a different name, your body swayed back. If your body didn't move, it might be that you're not hydrated. And just by taking some water and redoing that, you should notice if you say something truthful or if the answer is actually yes, your body will go forward. And if you go backward, the answer is no. Every now and then, there's one of you that will be kind of calibrated the reverse. So your back will be yes, and your forward will be a no. But for the most part, forward is yes, back is no. So once you recognize what your yes and your no is, you can then just make these statements around beliefs and test yourself to see if you actually have that belief or not. So it could be something as simple as, I believe I am loved, and see, do you go forward, do you go back? And hopefully you go forward, because that's a belief that you want to have. And if not, then we want to start to change that so that you do, have that belief. Because if you don't believe that you're loved, you're never going to have those loving relationships, right? It creates a block. And let's say, testing something that could be limiting. So if you close your eyes and you say, I believe I am successful, and you go backwards as a no, that would be a belief that you would want to change, right? So again, whether it's through affirmations, focusing on shifting your thoughts, or through theta healing, there's ways that you can start to do that. And that's when we start to see a change in everything, right? Releasing fears and beliefs. And I can share a quick example with you from my own personal experience. So when I was a kid, well, for most of my life, if a dragonfly, a grasshopper, even a butterfly landed on me, I would freak out. My mom can confirm this. Things like that would freak me out. I remember even in my adult years laying on the beach and a dragonfly laying on my back, and I freaked out. But through theta healing, one of these modalities that I do, I was able to stem back. And a lot of times, if we have a hard time changing a belief, we need to go back and figure out, okay, where did this belief come from? And so, as far as I know, this belief, for me, came back went back to when I was a child. And I remember being at a lake with my family, and I had a leech or a bloodsucker on my toe. And I didn't know what it was, so I wasn't really panicking, but I couldn't get it off. And so I went to my mom, and I said, I can't get this thing off my foot. And for whatever reason, she kind of freaked out. But what that did was it kind of instilled into me this belief that, bugs and things like that are scary and bad and gross. And maybe my mom had a bad experience, or her mom, who knows. But anyway, so all my life, these things would freak me out and they landed on me. And so by going through this process, with affirmations, and I also did some theta healing to change this belief. And it's incredible. It's an instant change. And so when I actually made this change a few years ago, it was a week before I went to Thailand for the very first time. And all of these things and more were surrounding me, right? Like geckos in my room and scorpions outside my door. And I was okay. They didn't freak me out. I wasn't ready to pick them up and pet them, but I was okay just because I changed that belief, or I released that belief, I released that fear. And it's such an amazing, wonderful feeling. And now even to this day, my husband can confirm this, even just last summer. We were on holidays, and a dragonfly actually landed right on my cheek, and it stayed there for at least a minute or two, and I was just so calm, and I just let it sit there, whereas before there was no way, right? So changing our thoughts, changing our beliefs, change everything around us, changes our whole experience of life. And so we need to start identifying what are these beliefs that we have that are, creating these blocks. What is the fear? And let's stop making those excuses, and let's start to believe in ourselves that, we can accomplish whatever we set our mind to. And when we do that, it's, like I said, it's just the transformation is amazing, and you just experience everything so much differently, more positively. So I hope that makes sense. Again, check out the article that I'll include in the email, and when you have some time, listen to that Tony Robbins talk. It's really good. And do your little bit of homework. Go into your week again, staying connected to yourself, noticing your thoughts, not making excuses, not complaining, having that gratitude. What else have we talked about? Just keeping yourself in the now. Don't be spending a lot of time in the past. Don't be worrying about the future. Believe in yourself, celebrate yourself, all of that good stuff. And just keep shifting and growing, and we'll dig deeper and we'll build, and we'll just continue this journey together. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope we are ready to head into a new week. Keep the emails coming, keep doing the work. Thank you again all so much for being a part of this journey with me. As I said, I'm doing this just as much for me as for you. And this whole thing for me was an opportunity to, again, hold myself accountable and to not make excuses. I definitely could have made excuses to say, yeah, I'm going to cancel this 28 Days of Love because I suck with technology, or, I don't have the time. But, I made this commitment publicly to you guys. And then I realized, what, I need to hold myself accountable, and I need to not make these excuses. And so I'm believing in myself when I'm doing this every day. And I thank you for motivating me to do this, because it has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. And it has pushed me to learn new things that I have not done before, from, creating a new YouTube account and discovering MailChimp and all this stuff. So thank you. I am growing and learning and evolving just as much as you. And we are really going to celebrate this when we are all done. So again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.